In 2006, I interviewed marine scientist Bob Pittman. He just returned from an expedition in China after searching for the critically endangered river dolphin, Baji.
I think most of us that were on this cruise are still kind of coming to grips with this whole idea of extinction. Now we've lost a large animal off our planet, and it puts this whole thing into a different perspective.
Today, there is an escalating risk of extinction for a variety of marine mammal populations around the globe. Hector's dolphins in New Zealand, the Baltic harbor porpoise, river dolphins, and the Vaquita in Mexico.
Now that the Baiji is gone, there's a little porpoise that lives in the northern Gulf of California, and there's probably a couple hundred of them left. They're dying each year in fishermen nets also. If something's not done in the next few years, the Vaquita is going to go extinct also.
Only discovered in the 1950s, the Vaquita is the smallest and rarest cetacean in the world. Less than 5 feet long, calves are the size of a loaf of bread at birth. It has a black circular patch around its eyes, and its black lips set off a haunting little smile. However, Vaquita has no reason to smile. It's an animal few people have seen alive in the wild, and fewer have managed to capture on film. In only 10 years, scientists have estimated that half the population has declined to only 200 animals, due primarily to human activities, particularly gill net fishing. Data suggests that this fishing practice is threatening the survival of Vaquita.
What makes the situation even worse, though, is that there's a lot of fishing going on up in that area, especially with gill nets.
Gill nets, nearly invisible fishing nets set primarily for shrimp, are the single greatest cause of Vaquita mortality.
They're likely approaching the nets with fish in them, and they get a flipper or a fluke that touches the net and they roll. And of course that just makes them roll up in the net. Despite the fact that they can hold their breath for a long time, they seem to go into shock and die very rapidly.
Over the past 4 years, there's been an enormous effort to preserve Vaquita by the Mexican government. A $30 million program to buy back fishing licenses, investment to develop alternative livelihoods for local fishermen, and an increased effort to enforce regulations banning gill nets in the Vaquita refuge throughout the Upper Gulf. Researchers may have come up with the most viable solution so far, an affordable alternative fishing gear to gill nets.
Well, WWF Mexico has been working with the Mexican fisheries and environmental authorities for more than 5 years. And as a result of that, now we have a prototype net to fish for shrimp in the Upper Gulf. This is the first time we have an alternative net that does not catch vaquitas.
It is a small superlight trawl that keeps away vaquita from fishing activities. Vaquita do not become entangled in trawl nets due to the noise and movement. This net has one turtle excluder device, or TED. The double low rope with wheels reduces bycatch and limits damages to the sea bottom. Fish swim against the tide. The excluders introduce a current in the opposite direction to release fish. Shrimp are caught at the bottom of the net, while the elusive vaquita stay away from fishing operation. So, after years of research, we finally have the gear that gives hope to vaquita.
There's been so much money and effort to preserve Vaquita. However, is it enough? Is there any real hope for Mexico's desert porpoise?
To save this species, this is Mexico's legacy in terms of marine mammals worldwide. We have to do it correctly.
Citizens of planet Earth were responsible for them, and a lot of people are going to be willing to step up and help you solve this problem, because if we don't solve the problem here, it's going to happen over and over again.
The vaquita is an iconic Mexican species. This is probably our last chance of protecting, of saving it. We have to do it. Time is running out.
Perhaps the only hope to save Vaquita from extinction is to remove gill nets from the water. But will it work in time? And I wonder, would these be the last images that we'd ever see of Vaquita? Perhaps they will disappear before anyone realizes that they're gone forever.